How vile, how nasty is this?
Amidst concern that he'll face a lengthy period on the sidelines. He was injured in this challenge during the game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. A challenge from Mickey van der Ven as he scored the opening goal against Spurs. I mean, £125 million, Simon, down the drain. Do Liverpool invest heavily again in January to seek another solution?
Well, I'm desperately trying to avoid myself disappearing into the ghost of Jacob Marley and looking at the karma of Alexander Isak's position in terms of not landing at Liverpool and having achieved very much and now finding himself potentially out for a season. I'm desperately trying to avoid that version of myself.
Well, yeah, karma, yeah, but you don't want this.
I don't want anyone breaking their legs, but I also look at the dynamics of how people behave and think that sometimes what goes around comes around. That's mean-spirited. I know. I've said it. Right? So then you move on to the situation surrounding Liverpool. Well, they have the challenges, but they're not.
For me, this is unacceptable. Now, I'm not someone that thinks he should lose his job. I'm not someone that wants him arrested for what it is that he has said. But for me, this idea that because a football player pushed for a move. Now, we've got to go back to... Actually, before we do that, like, share and subscribe. Please get this out there. Get this into your group chats. I'd like you to, send it to your friends, family, people you talk football with. I'd love to get their opinions on this because I could be way off the mark. I could be wrong on every single level. But for me, let's go back to the beginning here. Because for the majority of the summer, lies were being pushed, created and propagated when it came to Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak. And we saw a lack of the same energy, by and large, for Wissa versus Isak. Wissa going... There was all these nuances and differences as to why Wissa pushing for a move was so different to that of Alexander Isak. For me, they were both in the same ballpark. I agree with both. Both had the chance to go to bigger, more successful football clubs to further their careers, and that's correct. We also had this bullshit that's pushed by the mainstream media when it serves their purpose about loyalty. Players have got to show loyalty. Newcastle put loyalty in him. Football clubs are as disloyal as it gets. Whether it's a young academy player who has turned down multiple other clubs being released at 11 years old, 15 years old, 17 years old, 21 years old. Whether it's managers that give their all but fail, or managers that have maybe lost a little bit of clout in the dressing room. When the right time is right, loyalty doesn't matter. Business will prevail. The club being the best it can be comes first. You may have a player at a football club. You may have a centre-back who's doing a great job. But if a better centre-back becomes available, you upgrade. You may have a striker at your club doing a good job. But if a better striker becomes available, you upgrade. There are academy players that clubs are now selling because of FFP and financial fair play rules for pure profit. They don't care about the loyalty. They care about what is best for their football club. And by the way, I don't disagree with it. It isn't wrong. The club puts itself first. But the only thing I won't do is become a hypocrite and say players shouldn't think like that either. Of course they should. It is a very short career. It is a cutthroat business, and that is the nature of it. We then had the other lie, which was, oh, Alexander Isak setting a new precedent. Oh, Alexander Isak is doing things that's never been done before in football. This is atrocious. Bullshit. I was born in the mid-80s. My memory of these things, though, started in the early 90s, from Pierre Van Hooijdonk right through to Alexander Isak. Players have gone on strike. Players have refused to play. Players have gone public. Players have pushed for moves. Alexander Isak didn't do anything that was new or innovative. He didn't discover fire. He's not one of the Wright brothers who discovered flight. He didn't invent the wheel. No. He just did what multiple players have done for multiple years in and out of football clubs. Fans, look, we're fickle as the day is long. And if a player pushes to join us, we love him. If he pushes to leave us, we think he's a scumbag. But the mainstream media perpetuating lies is wrong. And now we come back to Christmas Eve. This is being recorded, but Christmas Eve, Alexander Isak has suffered an horrific injury. we've had the conversations earlier in the week about why is it that defenders are allowed to make those kind of last-ditch challenges and blocks, and if they don't touch the ball and they take a player out, and in this case break a leg, there is no recourse, there is no punishment. But if it's done anywhere else on the pitch, in fact, you can make that same challenge by Van de Ven in the middle, win the ball, follow through and break an ankle and get a free match ban. We've had those conversations, but this isn't about that. You know, you've all given opinions on it. It's now seeing one of the lead voices on the biggest sporting radio station in Europe, maybe the biggest in the world, talk about how this is karma. Because Alexander Isak pushed for a move to Liverpool, somehow, we know what karma means. It means you deserve something because of your previous actions. This man hasn't been drink driving. This man hasn't been hurting his children. This man hasn't been shotting up on the sides. This man hasn't been running a criminal empire. He is not Walter White. This man has done nothing to warrant his leg being broken. Horrendous. In case, just go back and listen to exactly what he said here again. Let's remind ourselves before we go further.
Amidst concern that he'll face a lengthy period on the sidelines. He was injured in this challenge during the game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. A challenge from Mickey van de Ven as he scored the opening goal against Spurs. I mean, £125 million, Simon, down the drain. Do Liverpool invest heavily again in January to seek another solution?
Well, I'm desperately trying to avoid myself disappearing into the ghost of Jacob Marley and looking at the karma of Alexander Isak's position in terms of not landing at Liverpool and having achieved very much and now finding himself potentially out for a season. I'm desperately trying to avoid that version of myself.
Well, yeah, karma, yeah, but you don't want this.
I don't want anyone breaking their legs, but I also look at the dynamics of how people behave and think that sometimes what goes around comes around. That's mean-spirited. I know. I've said it. Right? So then you move on to the situation.
It's just absolutely uncalled for. There is a smile on his face. There is a glee in his behaviour. And look, there are times where I agree with things that Simon Jordan says. He's clearly an intelligent man. He's clearly an educated man. He's had great success in life, and none of that is removed. But this smirk, this smile, this idea that the bad luck for Alexander Isak, the harrowing injury, is somehow being created by his own behaviour, is a vile thing to say. Now, I believe in the football gods. I believe if you give it the big and too much on one end, at some point, you're going to fall flat on your face. Do I actually think there's a well, look, I do believe in God, and I do believe that there is pride before the fall. And if you look into most religions, being overly prideful and arrogant and everything else, that there are consequences for that. But this doesn't fit that mold. This doesn't fit this mold because what Alexander Isak did is within the remits of business, and it's so normal and commonplace. And I think we've created this narrative around Alexander Isak that what he did was abnormal, and it was perpetuated by people like Simon Jordan, by the Alan Shearers, by the Newcastle press in the summer. And I think it was hideous at the time. I think it was vile at the time, and now it leads to opinions like this. And I run a series on my main channel, the Football Terrace, called Killing the Game. And it's all about what I consider to be bad punditry and things that, if they become mainstream and we all start pushing it, I think is bad for football. And this is certainly one of them. This is certainly one of them. And there's an irony in this too, that if you actually believe it's karma and yet you're mocking him, well, what are you expecting to happen to you? What are you expecting to be your comeuppance for mocking and laughing at somebody's ill fortune? This is the bit that really bothers me and frustrates me about it. But overall, I just think it's a vile, nasty and hideous thing to do. And if you're a football fan who's gleeful at an injury like this, just shame. Shame on you. You're an embarrassment. You're an absolute embarrassment. This is my biggest rivals with a striker that I don't want to be successful at Liverpool. Why would I? But to laugh at something like this, for me, it's just wrong on every single level. To mock it, vile. As ever, look, I can't wait to read your comments. I want to know what you think and feel. Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll chat about this again soon. Take care, people. Bye-bye.